Good morning, guys. Making sure you can see me. Welcome to everyone who's joining. So we're gonna start in about 2 minutes or so. Okay, so if you're just joining, we are starting in 1 minute. You don't need anything specific for the class today. Finding a comfortable space in your room, in your house, in your condo. And if you are here and you're ready to get started, we're going to begin in child's pose. So knees wide, toes touching, and then just letting the belly soften down, reaching the arms forward. Good morning. Alright, so if you are here once again, we are getting ready to begin in a child's pose. We are allowing the knees to come wide, the toes to come in together to touch. And we'll take the first couple moments just to feel the body. So being really gentle, really kind here. Maybe you're using some breath as you shift your hips from left to right, heel to heel. Maybe for you today, you're just allowing the spine to come forward and back. So working to connect into our breath this morning by finding subtle movements through our body. For the first couple breaths, if it feels better, just to stay in complete stillness, allowing your mind, your body to arrive onto the mat, that's perfectly fine. But notice when the breath starts to get deeper, fuller, it may ignite some movement within the arms, within the hips. You can walk your arms from left to right. Just allowing the head to be heavy, the shoulders to be soft. See if we can keep our eyes closed, trusting that the mat, the ground is there to support us. Wherever you are, wherever the exploration is leading you, let's start to come back into that child's pose. This time make it active as you grip the fingertips down to the floor. So the elbows would start to lift, your chin can come up and away from the mat, start to look towards the thumbs. As you take your next inhale, let's ripple the spine forward, coming towards that tabletop shape. Draw the knees underneath the hips and then drop the belly, open the heart, look up. And then as you exhale, big round of the spine, chin to chest, take a moment right here at the depth. And then again, feel that ripple of inhale as the belly drops. Open up the chest, look up to the sky. And then exhale, full round, pushing the mat away. Take a moment, chin to chest. Feel that moment of pause. And then let's return back to neutral spine. From here, we'll tuck our toes, send our hips up to a downward facing dog. Walking the hands a little bit closer to the feet. Keep the knees nice and soft, getting the tailbone high as the head falls in between the arms. Good. From here, let's take a breath in. Come high up onto the toes. Keep the heels lifted. Exhale, drop the hips back towards the heels so you're coming to a crouch. And then as you inhale, lift the hips up, coming high up onto the toes. Exhale, send the heels back down to the mat. So continue this 2 more times. Our inhale, we come up onto the toes, lift your heels. Heels stay lifted as you start to drop the hips back towards the heels. Big breath in, hips reach up. You're high up on toes, and then exhale, heels back down. Good. One more time like this. Let's come up onto the toes and then start to walk it forward towards a plank position. So that same integrity here, spine nice and long. Maybe taking a couple moments to settle into this first high plank. Option to add a little bit of a rock forward and back. Maybe you're picking up a hand, picking up a foot if that feels good. So just really sensing where we're at today within the body. As you take a breath in, feel the shoulders draw forward, and then exhale, drop the knees, lower the chest and the chin down to mat. Tops of your feet come down. Inhale as you float the chest up. Take a nice baby cobra here. And then exhale, lengthen the spine back down. We'll roll it back through to tabletop or child's pose. Taking this first time to tuck the toes, lift the hips slowly as we meet back into downward facing. From down dog, inhale, we come up onto the toes. This time start to walk forward to your hands front of the mat. Feet come hip distance. Let's take a breath in to find nice long spine. And then exhale, pause into your forward fold. Option 1, palms are coming underneath the soles of your feet, bringing the toes towards the wrist crease. Option 2, really deep forward fold here, knees are bent. You can reach behind the calves to find opposite elbows or opposite wrists. Continuing to keep the knees soft as the chin falls in towards your chest. And notice the difference of that stretch as we really allow the weight of the head to go. Giving your head a shake out, yes, a shake out, no, if that feels good. One more breath here as you release your hands to the floor. Bend your knees, push your feet down as you come up, rising to stand. Breath in, arms to the sky. Let's take on the exhale, cactus the elbows, open the chest, feel that space. Inhale, arms high, and then exhale, gathering your hand to your heart center here. We'll take one palm to the chest, one palm to the belly. Just take a moment to set an intention to come back into breath cycle, working to move anything that may be stuck within the body this morning. Taking one more inhale. And then as you exhale, arms will release beside you, mountain pose. Good. Inhale, breath, sending the arms high, look up. Exhale as you hinge at the hips to forward folds. Breath in to flat back, hands to shins. Breath out, plant your hands. Let's step back to our plank pose. One breath to shift the shoulders forward. And then exhale, chaturanga of your choice. You can drop the knees or not. Inhale, back bend, up dog or baby cobra. And then exhale, come over the toes to downward facing dog. And warming up the body, we hold this first down dog. You have 3 breaths. Slight bend into the knees. Again, finding that almost animalistic movement here. Continuing to pedal feet. Lift a palm at a time if that feels good. One more breath in down dog. As you inhale, come up onto the toes, look to the thumbs, step or little hop to the front of your mat. Big breath in to long spine, and then exhale, forward fold. Push the feet down, rise up, inhale, and then exhale, hands to heart center, release them down beside you. Twice more, inhale, reach up. Exhale to folds. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands back to plank, shift forward as you take chaturanga. Inhale, let's control upward facing lift. And then exhale all the way back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Every time we come back into this downward facing, can you feel something a little bit different? We find a little bit more length or a little bit more intention behind this movement. Good, one more time, breathe in, high up onto the toes, step or hop forward, front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, exhale, breath to folds. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky, exhale, hands to heart center, and then release them down beside you. Last time, big breath in, reach up. Exhale, hinge at hips to folds. Breath in to flat back. Breath out, plant hands back to plank. Take your chaturanga. Elbows are hugging tight. Breathe it in, continue to move up dog. And then exhale, let's come back to downward facing dog. Good. Right away from this down dog, send the right leg high. As you exhale, right knee, right elbow, hold for 2. Squeeze for 1. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, hold and squeeze for 2. Good. Gaze is forward for 1. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, come to step outside the right hand. Drop the back knee down here. Left hand stays grounded. Reach the right arm towards the ceiling here, coming into a little bit of a low lunge twist. Good. Taking one more deep breath here. Good. As you exhale, right hand comes inside of your right foot. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then start to heel toe this right foot about halfway down our mat. This right hand can come towards the right hip. Option to stay here. You're on the outside edges of both of the feet. Maybe you're playing with finding some stretch within that hip, little dips up and down. Option 2, we start to send that right leg all the way back into a side plank here. Bottom knee can be dropped. Maybe the top arm lifts. Finding that strength within the side body as you breathe in. Option to look up. And then let's come back to center plank. Take an inhale wherever you are. And then exhale, chaturanga. Breath in, upward facing. Breath out, down dog. Right away, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, hold. 2. Looking forward for 1. Inhale, up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, hold for 2. Good. Shoulders are forward for 1. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Step outside the left hand. Drop your back knee. Bring that right hand to the center of your space as you float the left arm high. Low lunge twist. Just take a moment to feel this openness, shifting the gaze. Notice how the neck feels. Good. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, left hand will come to the center of the mat as well as you begin to roll to the outside edges of both of your feet, walking that left foot down about halfway. Again, left arm can float high, left hand can stay to hip. Maybe you're staying outside edges of both of your feet, opening up into hips. And maybe you're starting to take this right back into that side plank, left arm to the sky, maybe adding some extension through the chest, through the arms. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale. We'll meet back into a plank. Stay strong as you breathe in. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. As we breathe in, let's come forward back into that high plank position. Feel the shoulders stacking over the wrists. And then as you exhale, drop it down into your low plank. So forearm plank here. The hands can ground, the hands can interlace. Working to find this little tuck of my tailbone down. And then we'll find little shifts forward and back. Feeling the shoulders come forward and back here, nice and controlled. We're looking to maintain a strong and steady breath. Good. Let's take one more breath. Pause into your forearm plank. If your fingers are interlaced, let's release. And then begin to drop the hips down towards the mat. Sphinx pose. Tops of the feet down, maybe walking the forearms a little bit further forward. Inhale as you draw the elbows back towards the belly, open the heart. And then exhale, let's come all the way down. Taking your hands wide, tense your fingertips, lift your elbows up to the sky. Bigger breath in, push into the fingertips. Lift the chest as high as you can here. Maybe up towards an up dog with the hands staying wide. We're going to stay here and start to roll the shoulders. So you're going to feel like the chest is coming down, and then see if you can start to roll the shoulders down the back. So it's a tiny little wave here within the upper spine, working to find that place where the shoulders can be nice and far away from the ears. Next time you come up, pause here, breathe in, and then exhale with control. Lower all the way down to belly. Hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, look forward, push up, high plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, come up onto your toes, look to your thumbs, separate little hop to the hands. Inhale, flat back at chair pose, sink your hips, arms to the sky. We're going to reach the arms forward here, arms in line with the shoulders, thinking more of the hips here. Can we sit a little bit lower, and then as you inhale, extend the legs, reach up. Exhale, cactus, the arms open through the chest. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, sit back down, chair pose. Arms are coming forward in line with the shoulders. Squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze belly. One more breath in. Straighten the legs, forward fold as you exhale. Breath in, long spine, flat back. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. Chaturanga on your exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Good. Inhale, right foot steps forward, warrior one, back foot pivots, front knee bends, rise up, and then exhale, send the hands down. Step or hover right toes, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, and exhale to down dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, warrior one, turn out the back toes, front knee bends, rise up. Exhale to send the hands down. Step or hover left toes, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale to upwards, and exhale. We take downward facing dog. Stay and breathe for 5. Good. 4, 4. Head is heavy. 3. Loosen up through the jaw. 2. Good. Listen carefully from here. Inhale high up onto the toes. Look to your thumbs. You're going to come to jump to the front of your mat or walk to the hands front of your space. Inhale to take a flat back, and then we'll find that chair pose once again. So bend your knees, sinking the hips down. Okay, arms are reaching in front. I'm going to start to drop my sits bones all the way down to the mat here. Seeing if I can control my way down, finding my way to seated, and then as I sit, legs float up. Here in your boat pose as you squeeze the thighs together. Rounding those shoulders down, finding that space, take a breath in. From here, find your low boat. Body hovers 1 inch away from the mat. From our low boat, we're rolling onto the right hip. Okay, I'm starting to feel my left toes reaching towards my left fingertips. My legs stay glued together, and I'm on my right hip. So starting to feel this squeeze in the left side of our body. Continuing to maybe lift the toes a little bit higher, lift the chest a little bit more. Good. Taking one more breath here. And then let's start to come back towards center. You're in low boat for an inhale. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Point your toes, reach your arms over your head. And then we'll pull the left knee in towards the chest. So just interlace the hands below the left knee. Give that left thigh a little squeeze in. Maybe you're rolling the thigh around into the hip socket. Nice long spine, and then we'll add in that spinal twist. Right hand will glide the left thigh across the body. Left arm reaches out, giving the left side a little bit of a stretch and release here. Noticing again, giving ourselves this time and the space. Feeling opening through the left shoulder. Last breath in the twist. Good. Let's start to come back. Left knee into the belly. All right, guys, we're going to have a chance to play here. So option 1, just listening, or you're more than welcome to watch me first. We're going to come up to chair pose. So option 1, I'm starting to rock up. I'm finding enough momentum to find my feet and come into chair. Okay, so playing with that a couple times. If you do it the first time, come in and out. Option 2, a little bit more challenging, but really fun. I'm going to keep this left knee hugging in towards the chest. My right leg is long. I find myself rocking up towards this up towards this pistol squat. So I'm coming to stand onto that left leg and my right leg stays long. From here, I take a big breath in, I push, and then find my chair pose from there. So giving it a couple tries here. Again, you're just rocking up and down. That pistol squat variation, left foot finds the mat. Maybe I am able to come here and then starting to find that push into the left foot, drop both feet into chair. Wherever you are, let's meet into chair. Take a breath in, straighten your legs, forward fold, exhale. Inhale to flat back, exhale. Let's take chaturanga, or option to skip it, meeting us in downward facing dog. Either moving for your flow or just lifting the hips up and back to downward facing. Good. From our down dog, let's send the right leg up, and then exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. We're going to take warrior one again as you rise up, front knee stays bent, and then open it up right away to warrior two. Right leg in front, right knee bent, right arm reaching forward, left arm back. 5 breaths in this warrior two. Again, you feel that same rolling of the shoulders down the back, gaze down the front hands. Find the depth into your warrior two. Draw the torso a little bit further back, and then take an inhale, breath, reach forward. Exhale to reverse the warrior. Good. From your reverse, come back into your warrior two. We're going to straighten up through that front leg. Both legs straight, reach your arms to the sky. Grab onto your right wrist, and then begin to lean back here as if you're reaching for the back wall. You're gently pulling on that right wrist to create space through the right side of the body. Continue to breathe deeply. One more inhale. On your exhale, come back to center. Both legs stay straight. Move into triangle, right arm forward, and then drop that right arm inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches high towards the sky. Depending on your neck, you can look down, you can look up here. Maybe you want to give that top arm a couple of circles. Continuing to lean back, imagining there's a wall behind you. Take one more inhale breath. Good. From here, we're going to bend into the front knee. We're gathering the palms towards our heart center, and then I'm turning to face forward here into a lunge. My hands are to my heart center. Gaze is forward. Find your front foot as you come to stand into your warrior three. Hips facing down. Good. As you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, front knee starts to bend. Back knee taps into the back of the front knee. Okay, so a little bit of a squat here. As you inhale, kick that left leg back, straighten into the front leg. And then as you exhale, bend into the front knee, tap the back knee in. One more time, inhale, nice, slow and controlled as you extend. And then exhale to tap back knee into the front knee. Last time, inhale, we extend. You're in warrior three. And then exhale, step to the back of your mat, high lunge. Send your hands down, back through plank. Let's flow it out, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and then exhale all the way back to downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. Let's take a 5 breath here. Option to stay in your down dog. Option to drop down into child's pose. Maybe you're taking a sip of water. So you're just using this for what you need. The body is feeling very warm and you want to continue to move. I invite you to come into inversion. Right now, that's in your practice. So for the purpose of today, if you do have tripod headstand in your practice, I'll do it with you. If you're unfamiliar with this inversion, I invite you just staying and rest. Okay? Tripod headstanders, if you want to move into that now, we have about 5 or 4 breaths to do so. Hands underneath the shoulders, top of the head to the mat, lifting up through my hips, and then starting to pick up my feet. Lots of weight into my arms, lots of strength, not so much weight into my neck here. So whether you're taking inversion or you're just resting, let's stay for 2 more breaths. If you are in your tripod, hugging those elbows in towards the center line of body, and then controlling as you come out. Good. Whatever you're choosing, take your time. Let's stay for 1 more breath, and then together we'll begin to meet back into downward facing dog, tucking your toes and lifting your hips. As you inhale high up onto the toes, look to the thumbs, step or hop to the front of your mat. Breath in, flat back, breath out, bend your knees, find chair pose, reach your arms high, and then we're sinking all the way down to the mat one more time, finding a seat. Once you get down, legs are floating up, take a high boat, breathe in, squeeze, and then exhale, dropping it down to low boat. From this low boat, we'll roll to the left hip, okay? So I'm on my left side. I'm contracting through that right side core. My right fingertips are reaching for my right toes. The higher I can lift my legs and my chest, the more strength I will find here. Good. Holding for 1 more breath. Let's take it back to low boat. Stay here. Breathe in. And then exhale. Lengthen the body down to the mat. Take the arms over the head. Point your toes on your exhale. Right knee comes into chest. Wrapping your arms around the right shin, just below the right knee. Take this as a moment to settle. Drawing some circles with that right thigh. Full, deep belly breath. So notice, sometimes we start to breathe more into chest or throat. Can we drop this breath down? And then when you're ready, add that spinal twist. So left hand will glide the right thigh across body. Reaching the right arm out wide, maybe gaze follows, finding the stretch along the right side. Good. Last breath. When you find your inhale, come back, right knee in towards the chest. Just like we did before, you're going to take your variation to come up to your chair pose, either rocking up, trying to find, or coming into that pistol squat on the other side. So keeping the hips lifted, left leg is extended. From here, pushing down to take chair pose. Whatever option will meet into chair pose for your breath in. Straighten your legs as you forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, option, chaturanga, or lift your hips to downward facing dog. Good. We're holding in our down dog for 3 breaths, giving your body a moment to move and transition into the final side. Good. As you inhale, let's send that left leg high. Exhale, step left foot in between the hands. Warrior 1 first. Front knee bends, back foot pivots. Deep bend into your front knee as you reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, open to your warrior 2. Left knee bent in front. Left arm reaching forward, gaze down. Maybe you're adding a little bit of pulses here as we stay to breathe for 3 more breaths. Really squeezing the mat, finding that engagement. Good. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. On your exhale, take a reverse. Left arm forward and back. And then from your reverse, come back to warrior 2. Straighten into your front leg, both legs straight. Inhale, arms up. You're reaching for your left wrist as you get long. And then take a reach for the back wall here. So being aware that we can contain the ribs, contain the belly, only going to the depth as you root that front big toe down. Good. One last breath here. And then come back to keep the front leg straight as you rise up. From here, left arm reaches forward, and then we'll drop down into our triangle. So left arm comes inside of the left leg, right arm reaches up to the sky, feeling like you're leaning back. Gaze can look up or gaze down, whatever feels most comfortable in the neck here. Working length, 1 more breath in. Good. So body stays where it is. We're bending into that front knee. Hands will gather to your heart center, and then there, just pivot. Okay, so our chest comes forward. We're into our high lunge. Look to your front toes. Start to spring off so you can find warrior 3. Both hips square down as you inhale, and then exhale. Take a little bend into that front knee. Tap the back knee in to touch. And then inhale to lengthen, push and extend. Twice more. Use that right glute. Exhale to tap and squeeze. Inhale to extend to lengthen. And last time, exhale. Bend the front knee. Tap the back knee in. Inhale to extend, take a breath, grow longer. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of your mat. Release your hands down, back through plank, and let's flow this out, chaturanga. Inhale, we take upward facing, and then exhale, all the way back to downward facing dog. Let's take a full breath in through the nose, and a full breath out. Good. Come up onto the toes. Let's release the knees down to the mat. Coming back into that tabletop shape. This time we're going to turn the fingers back towards our knees. Palms face forward. You can have the option to move slightly forward and back. Maybe you're cat-cowing the spine, letting the head go. Just taking the stretch a little bit more now into the forearms, into the wrists. Good. And then mindfully, let's flip so the fingers face the outside edges of our mat. The palms come towards the center, and you can take little circular motions here with the hips. Good. And then come back. Fingertips face forward, normal, a tabletop. One more time, circle it out or take some cat-cows here just to completely release. Good. Start to bring the shoulders over the wrists, tuck your toes, lift your hips downward facing dog. Take a full inhale through the nose. And a sigh out through the mouth, working the heels down towards the floor. Next, inhale, come forward into your high plank. And then exhale. Last time, we come down to the forearms, taking that forearm plank. And again, our fingers can be interlaced here. If that works better for you, really puffing up through the shoulders, feeling a nice long line through our spine. Again, let's start to rock the weight slightly forward and back. Maybe this time you can go a little bit further past your edge. So we're really feeling the shoulders tracking over our body here and really sending weight back into the heels. Continuing to move for 3. Good. For 2. For 1. Let's settle back into the center. If your fingers are interlaced, bring the palms down, forearms down, breath in, and then look up as the hips drop down into your Sphinx. Good. Tops of the feet. This time the spine should feel a little bit more released. We can come high up onto the palms here. Maybe straighten up through the arms. Lifting up out of the lower back. You have the option to look over the right shoulder. Look over the left shoulder. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows to lower the body all the way down. Good. One more back bend here. Let's send the arms back behind us. Palms face down. You're going to bend into your knees. Option 1, just stay here as you start to lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Arms reach up. Option 2, if you can grab to the tops of the feet or the shins, stay here. And then let's all start to kick to lift. Good. So if you do have the grip of the hands to the legs, trying to think of rocking back. Okay, so as much as you can, weight can come forward to the belly. Let's see if we can start to feel the weight come towards the quads here as we continue to kick up, finding more space through the chest. Kick higher for one more inhale. And then very slowly, let's start to release back down to the floor. Good. Let the body soften, the feet stay high, and then just let the hips rock from left to right. Let the feet move from the left to the right. Little windshield wiper here, but you're on your belly. Good. With your next breath, let's bring the forehead down. Release the feet, tuck the toes. pushing yourself up to plank or tabletop, and then move into this final downward facing dog. Nice down dog to lengthen out through the spine here, letting any last full breaths come out of the body. Good. Well, from this down dog, take an inhale, look to your thumbs. We're going to come down to a seat, so jump, step, slide, however you want to come down towards the front of your mat. Beautiful. We're going to cross the right leg, place the left foot over top of the right leg. Okay, so we're sitting onto both of our hips. I'll turn to face you so you can see. Left foot is planted, sitting up tall, and then as you inhale, reach the arms high. We'll cross the right elbow across, creating a stop sign shape with the hand, connecting the right tricep with the left thigh, lifting up and out of the spine, softening the shoulders here. Finding a little bit of a deeper stretch within the hips. With every breath, just feeling nice, long, lifted spine, and every exhale, a deeper rotation, softening, being gentle. Good. Take one more inhale. Then on your exhale, find that counter twist all the way over to the right. Really twist the spine in the opposite direction here. Good. As you start to rise up, keep the legs as they are. Spine is long. Your hands are going to walk behind you. I'm now going to plant my right foot down to the floor. My right knee stays lifted. And then my left ankle is crossed over that right thigh. So finding this almost like a seated pigeon, working the stretch now into that left hip. So I can walk my hands a little bit closer. It'll be more intense. The more I place my sits bones closer to that right heel, the more intense. And I'm thinking of opening my chest. So I'm pushing the floor away, really lifting up to bring the stretch more intensely for that left hip. Continue to flex through the left heel. Taking one more breath here. Good, and then exhale, just straighten that bottom right leg out. Good. We're going to switch sides, so start with the left leg down, the right leg steps over top, so the right foot finds the floor. You're dropping your right hip down towards the mat as you breathe in, both arms high, and then exhale, find that rotation so the left elbow comes to hook outside the right leg. Right hand behind you for support. So every breath in, we get nice and tall. And every breath out, you're trying to rotate yourself around your spine. Being very mindful. See if we can begin to find even more softening. Good. Taking one more inhale to lengthen. And then we'll add that counter twist over to the left. Really rotate the spine around. Maybe it cracks. Let the head go. Good. Push the spine up top of the head to the ceiling. Legs stay out as they are. Hands back behind you as you lean back. So it's the left foot that comes to plant down. The right knee stays wide. That right ankle stays where it was, working into the outer line of the right hip. So again, I'm walking my hands a little bit closer towards my sits bones. I'm feeling that space in my chest. Maybe going for a little bit of a rock from right to left if it feels good. Adjusting this as much as you need. Take one more breath. Good. And then from here, let's lengthen the left leg. We'll kick out that right leg too. So both legs straight, little bends into the knees. Breathe in, get long. And then exhale, come for a gentle forward fold. So the spine can just round here. Let the chin fall in towards the chest. Oftentimes in these forward folds, we bring a lot of the stretch to the backs of the legs. Let's target more into the spine here today. So keep the knees bent. Just finding that heaviness of the head. And then from this forward fold, you'll begin to roll up And then roll your way down to the mat, chin to chest. You can take this slowly, you can take this quickly, using the core or not. As you come down, just like we did before, let's point the toes, reach the arms overhead, and on the exhale, bring both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug, give yourself a little squeeze, and then we'll take happy baby. So arms inside of the legs, reaching for the outside edges of feet, kicking the soles of the feet to the sky, rocking this out from side to side. The body feels more open. You're more than welcome to extend one leg at a time. Maybe you're extending through both of the legs as you continue to find your rocking motion from left to right. So from our happy baby, let's start to come back to center. Soles of the feet will find the floor, knees pointing up. Arms alongside your body. See if you can reach for the heels as you breathe in. Push everything down as you start to float the hips. So we start to feel this weight coming towards the shoulders. I'm drawing my shoulder blades together. If you'd like to interlace the fingers, you can. I'm starting to feel this release through the neck, chin staying to chest, prepping ourselves for shoulder stand. So continuing to lift up the hips higher. If you'd like, you can start to lift the heels, come up onto the toes, maybe finding a little bit more strength here with this back bend. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale, heels would come down as you roll the spine all the way down to the mat. Arms can open up beside you. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, push the feet, start to lift the sits bones, being really meticulous as you rise up. Your arms can come back alongside body. Maybe you interlace the fingers, choosing to pop the heels, whatever it is for you today. But we start to feel this weight to our shoulders, keeping the chin nice and safe in towards the chest. Take one more breath in and then exhale. Let's start to roll all the way back down to the floor. Good. As the spine finds the floor, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a squeeze to reset. And then we'll send the arms over our head. Palms face up, feet reach up to the sky. So option one, we're just staying here. Okay, if you'd like to finish your practice with more of a restorative inversion, you can even take this to a couch or to a chair. Just having this ability for all of our blood to come back towards our central organs. You're more than welcome. If you want to try the shoulder stand with me this morning, we're going to start to place the hands towards the hips. I have to roll back here slightly, using my core strength as I push with my hands onto my hips to get them up. Okay, that shin stays to chest. So the exact same foundation we had in our back bend. Lots of weight in my shoulders, lots of weight onto my upper arms. And I'm really engaging my legs as they reach for the sky. So I'm imagining that I'm standing on the ceiling here. Good. So staying in this shape for as long as you'd like. Yeah, options to come out would be to become plow pose. So really making sure you have steadiness through your hips, taking it slowly as your feet may come up over your head, toes behind you. Okay, some of you may be able to bend your knees here. But whatever feels good, please just be mindful. And if your legs are just up into the air here, we'll all start to find our way down. So let's plant the feet to the mat, take them wide, and take a moment to windshield washer. Rock the knees from left to right. So rolling onto the inside edge, the outside edge of the feet. Good. If it feels good to stay longer on one side, maybe taking this really gentle twist, you're more than welcome. We have about 8 breaths here to slowly find our way into our rest this morning. I encourage you to Take those 8 breaths to stay through the course of this practice and to really finish and close with me in our Shavasana. You know your body best, you know what maybe might feel tight or open, so finding a shape that best suits you, even if that's a seated shape. Good, so when you feel ready, we'll start to find our body heavy, long onto the mats. Taking this opportunity for yourself to close your eyes, maybe taking a final full breath. Maybe going into those deeper parts of the body today, feeling the stresses or anxieties. Maybe it's an injury or an illness. Taking a moment to feel, to acknowledge. And then on your inhale, breathing that in, and exhale, giving yourself permission to release that, to leave it here on the mat, to cultivate that energy within the body, maybe those negative thoughts or feelings, and knowing that we have the ability to exhale and change that into a sense of lightness, of mist. Eventually maybe being able to imagine that we can transform all those thoughts into healing, into power with every breath we take, with every exhalation we send out. Settling, taking as much time as you need in this rest. More than ever, it's important just to stay for a little bit longer. If you are choosing to stay on the back body today, please do so. If you are choosing to come up to a seat, you can do so now. Let's keep our eyes closed, keep our focus inwards, gathering palms together wherever you are, just placing those palms towards the heart as you bow your head. Maybe for a moment you want to transfer thumbs to the third eye, feeling that space between the eyebrows, and then bringing it back down to the heart. We'll take one final full breath in together. And a big release. Thank you for being here, for your practice. Even if you're not here physically, still the energy resonates. If you do have any questions, anything you would like to say, you're more than welcome to message me. So again, my name is Emily. Miss you all at I Am Yoga. And I hope you have your most amazing day and a weekend. Right. Thank you. Namaste. When is the next session? So the next session will be, they're doing it at 10 a.m. and at 6 p.m. Every day during the week. I'm not sure what the schedule is for the weekend, but you can send a message to the I Am Yoga account and someone will get back to you. But there will be a session tonight at 6 p.m. Yeah, Cam, hot yoga. Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. See you.